Alright guys, we're back again. Sorry for the wind noise, we got a cold front coming in right now. But one of my subscribers asked about seeing what I was talking about moving the deflector of the drip pen more closely. So this is exactly what we're talking about here. This is the gap that I'm talking about on the left here. There is a small gap right here. Now if you pull this all the way to the right, you can see all the way down, you can see the box that moves the air that has the auger all the way over here. And then you can see right over here the difference in space. So when it's all the way to the right, this is what you're gonna see here and here. So what I usually do is I don't measure it, but I just move it over here. So this is all the way to the left. And so I just move it all the way to the left and I just tweak it a little bit. So it's like that. And like I said, I don't measure it, but I end up with a smaller gap like this. And you can even close it a little bit more. It's not a big deal. As long as you're letting some of the heat get through here, it seems to work best. Like I mentioned, at lower temperatures below 275, it's going to be very even from here all the way to here on the top rack. Once you start going high heat, 300, 325, 350, you're gonna have a hot spot over here, no matter what. There's so much heat and fire pushing against this way and it's going straight up. There's gonna be a real big hot spot right here, but then most of this stuff is pretty even and it gets a little bit, different in temperature. I don't remember if it's cooler or warmer over here. But yeah, if you want something to cook really fast at high heat, you can put it up here and it gets really hot. But your low temps, you're doing your brisket, or if you're doing two briskets with this kind of setup, you're gonna have really even temperatures from here all the way to the right on the top rack. And let me go ahead and pause, and I'm gonna have to edit this in so you guys can see the fire pot deflector back again. So this is with the drip tray removed, and this is this little lip, this angle iron that's here. And this is where you can move it. You move it all the way to the right, it's gonna rest against here. If you move it somewhere in between, it's gonna be here in the middle. And actually when I was looking down, I think I was saying that I was looking at the tube, or this box here. I think it was actually looking at this. But either way, it doesn't matter. You just kind of want to go halfway from right to left and kind of set it somewhere here in the middle. But my measurement here from this wall to here is about 9 inches. I measured it one time and it kind of puts the fire pot kind of right in the middle. It's pretty close. I've tried messing with this thing right and left, and it didn't make as much difference for me as actually moving the big drip tray over to the left and closing this gap. This made the biggest difference, the drip tray. You would think that this would make more of a difference, but it really didn't. That drip tray, just moving it left a little bit helped. But like I said, high temperatures, all bets are off. Doesn't really matter what you do. You're gonna get a big hot spot here on the left. And of course, right here on top of the fire pot, it's gonna be hotter. So, but that's it. I hope this helps, guys. This is pretty much the setup that I have and how it works best for me. Lastly, I also forgot to show the inside of the fire pot. In my previous videos, I show my modified fire pot. So this is the 9-hole that I made. So you can see that there's a hole there and there's a hole over here. And like I said, I prefer this design because I feel like it makes a little bit more smoke, and also it keeps the ash off the igniter. So if you're gonna use it, 2 or 3 cooks for only a couple hours, your igniter area is pretty much clean. The ash starts piling up over here on the right side. So this design works really well, but it does require adjustments of the C13 value. And so you've got the 3 holes here, 3 on this side, 1 up here, and then 2 on the bottom, 1 on each side. And this does have the modification of having that, silicon nitride, I think, rapid igniter, which is very nice. But I did have to cut the tube on the fire pot because it has the Allen screw on the top, and it would hit the auger tube. It's very close together. The igniter area and this is very close. So if you notice on the Pitts Spitts website, they offer you a new fire pot design with that screw on the bottom. But I just bought the igniter on Amazon, and I cut the welds on that little tube, turned the tube around, and tack welded it back in place. So I mean, if you can't do that or don't know how to weld or don't have a welder, then you could just buy the fire pot from Pitts and Spitts, and it's already got that modification made, and it comes with the igniter. But this does really increase the speed at which this thing lights up. I mean, it's pretty amazing. So it's a good recommendation for anybody.